Welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever tried to explain something really complex, like, say, artificial intelligence, and you just get tangled up in all the details? Well, today we are going to crack that code. We're going to use AI itself as our example to show you a 4-step method that can make any tough topic feel simple and clear. Let's dive in. So, when you're staring down the topic this big, this confusing, where do you even start? Well, it turns out the first rule of explaining anything well is surprisingly simple. You've got to start with a definition that anyone, and I mean anyone, can get their head around. No jargon, no complicated stuff, just a simple, solid place to start building.
And there you have it. That's really the core idea. Just think of it like this. If a task needs some thinking or reasoning or learning, and you get a machine to do it, that's AI. It's this big umbrella term that covers a whole lot of ground.
But a definition is just words, right? To make it feel real, you have to connect it to things people already know and use, like recognizing a friend's face in a photo album. That takes a bit of human intelligence. When your phone does it automatically, that's AI. Or when your email just knows what's junk mail, yeah, it's making a judgment call. This isn't some sci-fi concept. It's technology we are all using every single day.
Okay, and this part is so important to get right. It helps set our expectations. AI is an incredibly powerful tool, for sure. But it isn't a mind. It can chew through millions of pages of text in a blink, but it doesn't understand what those words actually mean. It's a genius at spotting patterns, but it has zero common sense. Think of it like a super-powered calculator for intelligence, not an actual consciousness. All right, let's move on to the second secret for a great explanation. You have to turn the facts into a story. Look, nobody remembers a boring list of dates and data, but we all remember a good story, especially one with some drama, some failure, and a huge comeback.
And every great story has to have a beginning. For AI, that beginning wasn't some flashy invention. It was a deep, fundamental question asked over 70 years ago by one of the fathers of computing, Alan Turing. He wasn't even building robots. He was asking this profound question about what it even means to think.
And wow, as you can see, the road from that question was anything but straight. After all that initial excitement in the 50s, progress just slammed into a brick wall. The funding vanished. People lost hope. They literally called these periods the AI winters, and it happened twice. For decades, the whole idea felt like a failed dream. But then, a little spark. A computer beats the world's best chess player. And then, years later, a massive breakthrough called deep learning changes the entire game. And just like that, AI comes roaring back to life, leading straight to the generative AI explosion we are all living through right now.
Okay, so we've got a simple definition and we've got a dramatic story. The next step, and this one is crucial for explaining anything, is you have to make it personal. You got to connect that big abstract idea right back to the listener's own life.
So let's actually take a second and think about that. Because really, the absolute best way to make an idea stick is to show people that they are already living inside the story. AI isn't something from a movie that's coming in the future. It's here, right now, hiding in plain sight.
Seriously, just think about your day. The moment you unlock your phone with your face, that's AI. The route Google Maps picks to help you dodge traffic, that's AI. The shows Netflix is sure you're gonna love or the playlist Spotify builds just for you, it's all AI. It's like this invisible engine quietly shaping your world and even the choices you make.
So the real takeaway here is that this isn't science fiction. It's not on its way. It is already here, completely woven into the fabric of how we live. And what's so wild is that you are already an expert user of AI. You probably just didn't realize it until right now.
All right, we're on the last step. The best explainers, they don't just dump a bunch of facts on you. They give you a mental model, a simple way to organize all this new information in your head. It's kind of like they're giving you a bookshelf, so you know where all the new books go. And the fastest way to build one of those mental models is with a really good analogy. For AI, I think the idea of those Russian nesting dolls is just perfect. It's a simple picture that immediately helps you understand how all those confusing buzzwords you hear actually relate to each other.
So here's how it works. You've got the biggest doll on the outside. That's artificial intelligence, the whole concept. Open it up, and inside there's a smaller doll. That's machine learning, which is just AI that learns from data. Go one deeper, and you find deep learning, which uses these complex things called neural networks. And then, right there in the very middle, the smallest doll, is the tech that's got everyone's attention, generative AI. Think ChatGPT. See? Each one is just a more specific version of the one before it.
And there you go, the 4 keys to explaining pretty much anything.
Start with a simple definition, tell a compelling story, make it personally relevant, and give people a clear mental model. We've just used that framework to understand AI as this powerful tool that's already changing our world. But it does leave us with one huge question. We know what this tool is now, but what is it becoming? And maybe more importantly, who gets to decide?